Hello folks, today we speak about the second eclipse occurring this autumn in the sign of Virgo. If there was ever an eclipse that you could count on to take a big decision, to do something important, to start a new life chapter, to rely on a good outcome, then this is the eclipse. This is the eclipse. It's an eclipse cycle where your mind will be brimming with ideas. You'll be meeting people who can help you, who can guide you in positive directions. As well as a time that you can have some rich experiences depending on your particular circumstances. Yeah, so let's talk about October's solar eclipse. So we have a solar eclipse taking place in Virgo on October the 2nd at approximately 8 p.m. UTC in the nakshatra of Hasta at 15 degrees. Ketu will cause this eclipse, and it will only be 3 degrees away in Hasta as well. Most important, Mercury. Mercury is also there in its exaltation sign of Virgo at 17 degrees, making it a powerful eclipse. So for Gemini and Virgo, it's an important eclipse. Some uplifting change is inevitable now. With all the new moon cycles, the moon is the darkest. It's just turning from waning to waxing, right? Amavasya is thus considered a good time for reflection, introspection, and going inward, especially because not only is it a new moon, but it is a new moon solar eclipse. So making it more potent, more powerful. So going inward is very important if you understand what's happening, especially with the astronomical dynamics at this time, yes? So a solar eclipse happens when the moon passes between the earth and the sun, obscuring the earth's view of the sun. So essentially we're deprived of light, right? Because the sun's view is blocked. And the moon is closest to the plane of the earth's orbit, casting a shadow over the earth. So from our perspective, the moon is completely dark at this time. Remaining somewhat detached is necessary because we're not getting the light from both of the luminaries in our external world as we normally would. If we want to understand what to expect around the days of the October solar eclipse, we need to look at the strength, we need to look at the position of both Mercury and Jupiter to gain a deeper understanding. Mercury is, of course, in strength, it's quite powerful, it's exalted, it's sitting in Virgo, only 2 degrees away from the eclipse. Moon and Mercury so close together, your mind may be overthinking. You may be restless. Like you could be for example, you could be planning many things because you're so scattered at this time. But it's brimming with ideas. Your mind is brimming with ideas. So it's best to slow down, disconnect a little bit. This way you will make the right decision, right? Because we have a very dignified chart during this October solar eclipse. Besides Mercury's exaltation, we have Jupiter in Taurus throwing its aspect right on the eclipse. About to go retrograde at this time, right? So Jupiter is slow down. It's a very powerful Jupiter. Not only that, but Venus sits second from the eclipse in Virgo, in Libra, in its Multicone. Saturn is in the 6th from this eclipse. Mars is in the 10th from the eclipse. Couldn't be better. They're all sitting alone and therefore able to deliver very potent results. Relationships are in top form at this time. You'll be connecting with loved ones on a positive note, which is quite a contrast from the September eclipse. If you ended a chapter in the last few weeks, a new more fulfilling chapter will now begin in relationships. Doesn't apply just now, October 2nd. It could be exactly a month later in November. It could be exactly 3 months later in January, right? January, February. So besides Mercury's and Jupiter's positive aspect, there's also the fourth aspect of Mars from Gemini on this eclipse. So this may cause rush thinking, aggressiveness. So again, important to keep that mind cool at this time. It may be just that you're trying to do too many things at the same time. You just might be overwhelmed. There could be disagreement with others also because of this, like direction that you're going. And there's a sort of like an uncertainty with the direction that you're going. We have 4 planets at this time in Hasta. We have Sun, Moon, of course. Ketu is there. Mercury is also there. Hasta is symbolized by the hands. It is skillfulness, craftsmanship, ability to manifest your desires. Unlike the last eclipse, which was in a very fierce, difficult nakshatra, Purvabhadra, this is a more benign nakshatra, a gentler one. If you've been working diligently on something, it's now that you will see the beautiful results manifest. You will also have the ability to see the fine details and make amendments where necessary. With an exalted Mercury, you will be in a good position to deal with the truths and the facts that surface at this time as well. Of course, this eclipse directly impacts Pisces and Virgo, but also those who have personal planets close to the eclipse degree, right? Especially if you have a planet in Hasta, then that area of your life gets activated. And that's where you can see some change manifest, some life shift happen, right? So, for example, you have Venus there, then of course relationship, finances will get impacted. If your moon is there in Hasta, then it impacts your domestic situation. It could be a change there, positive change. If you have Sun there, it impacts your life path, your image, your vitality. For everyone, vitality will be strong at this time, and you will have both intuition and logic working in top form for you now. So trust yourself. This eclipse falls into the second pada of Hasta, which is in the Taurus Navamsha. Great time for fulfilling a long cherished goal or desire. Excellent for connecting with friends, family, and meeting new people, as Venus is in top form now. Great for any material achievements as well, whether it is closing a business deal, forming a new partnership, or making profits in your work area. So let's talk a little bit about Hasta, where the eclipse takes place. Hasta is all about activities performed with the hands and also symbolizes agreements, greetings as well. And as I mentioned, you could be meeting some people at this time who will be very, very positive for your future, who could play a very pivotal role for you. With a well-supported Venus in the second from the eclipse, it's certainly an excellent omen for getting into relationships, finalizing agreements. It's also a time that you can seek the blessings of your deity, of your elders, of your guru, to start a new life chapter. Because Hasta symbolizes that open hand and blessing. Hasta supports the following activities: marriage, business matters, travel, moving, organizing, holistic treatments, yoga, meditation, any activities connected with the sun, right? Because of the ruling deity is Savitur, which is the sun. And Savitur gives the ability to use the hands in a skillful, in a crafty manner. Savitur has the power to give life, so Hasta gets associated with childbirth for that reason, or establishing a family unit. Hasta Nakshatra has an amazing capacity to create. New beginnings can feature now, or you've been waiting to begin something new for a while. It can happen right now, very quickly. It's an auspicious time for new chapters, especially related to relationships, family. So see where Virgo falls from your moon, from your lagna, to understand, how this might play out. The changes can manifest very quickly now, actually. So, as usual, remedies for the moon. And drinking lots of water, doing pranayama, doing meditation, spending time at home. Normally at eclipse times, it's difficult to plan, so you can either take a passive approach, keep your schedule light, or you surrender to what's coming your way. And often, you know what, we don't have a choice. We just have to surrender to what's coming our way. But if you've designed your life in such a way, or your routines in such a way, to incorporate some of these remedies anyway, you will be able to handle. You will be able to handle the eclipses and whatever they manifest. Yeah, and this will happen very, very quickly, more than the usual eclipse for this particular one. But I think it's all positive. It's very positive. So that's all for now. If you like the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, and share button. Thank you, folks. All the very best. Cheers.